We are live, man. We're gonna talk about this Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury fight three, possibly off. Says Bob Arum. He said that Deontay Wilder told the mediator. He said that Fury told the mediator that he do not want to fight Deontay Wilder under zero circumstances. So that's what he said. We're gonna talk about him. Give some people some chance to get in here. Hold on, we're going on mute for a minute. Yeah, man. Trying to see if some people will come in so we can get a good conversation going, man. Let me see. Let me see, man. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Am I on the right? Maybe I'm not in the right one. I think I am. But yeah, man. I don't know where Wilder goes from here, but we got to see what the WBC gonna do because maybe they strip Tyson Fury, maybe. But at any rate, if they strip Tyson Fury, he can fight Joshua and try to win three belts. He said he don't want to fight Wilder. Wilder drug his name through the mud. I understand where he's coming from because Wilder did drag that man's name through the mud, man. He drug that man's name through the mud, and all these allegations. To me, all these allegations with no proof. Like if Deontay Wilder had proof, I'm with him. If he had proof that Tyson Fury cheated, um, egg weight in the gloves, which I know he ain't had no egg weight in the gloves. Or took the horse hair out. I don't know, or got his water spiked. If you can have proof, because look, man, you got to have proof. You can't just have allegations of that nature without any proof. And it makes Wilder look bad because see in this social media era, people always remember what you say because guess what? It's on video. So people can always bring it up. Do Deontay Wilder want to be known for his first and only loss that he lost, that he fought Tyson Fury and he lost, and he complained, and had excuses? Because right now, everything he's saying is excuses until he brings forth the evidence. If he brings forth the evidence, then we no longer got excuses. We have proof and possible legal action. Well, definitely, if he have all that proof that he talking about, he got legal action coming up. But from the get-go, I never brought into the fact that this man had an egg weight in his gloves. I mean, first it was a suit, but he did come on and say he never said it was a suit. He was just talking to someone in his dressing room, and some reporter heard it and went out and, said something about the suit. Okay, fine. But, there's this young kid online talking about, what's up, man? Well, hey, come on here. We can talk about it, Tyrone. Hit the link right there. We can talk about it. You can voice your opinion, how, and I can tell you my stance and what I think about the gloves and all that. I don't want to type you to death. You know what I'm saying? You can come up, you can hit the link, and you can discuss it. But because you say, how do you explain the gloves? Can we all agree that the gloves is very suspicious? Now, this is what I'm gonna say about the gloves, because to my recollection, all this stuff about the gloves came from the first fight, like the floppiness of the gloves and all that, and how the gloves look distorted. That all came from the first fight. I distinctly remember in the first fight, Tyson Fury going to the referee because he had a problem with his gloves. In one of the rounds, he went to the referee because he had a problem with his gloves. I don't know if his glove was not fully, oh no, I think it was a tape. Maybe it was a tape or something like that. And I know Tyson Fury went to the referee and showed him his gloves or whatever. He did something of that nature. I have to go back and look at the fight because I remember something like that. I would have to go back and look at the fight, but his gloves and some of the still photos that I seen, his gloves look like one of them look, the photos I seen look kind of dented in. One of them, I know somebody showed some film of his glove flopping. This is what I'm gonna say, Tyrone H. He could not have put an egg weight in his gloves. You know how I know? I used to fight, and I had 2 professional fights. And I had professional fights on the lower spectrum of boxing. Like, what I mean is, it was like my first fight, and I fought on like a local card in front of maybe like 200 people was there, and they had the commission there, and the commission was in the room when I was getting my hands wrapped, and I was at a lower circuit. He was right. He brought the glove. The commissioner brought the gloves in. We couldn't bring our own gloves to the fight. The commission brought the gloves in. My trainer had to show the commission the tape and the gloves and the gauze that he was going to use for my hand wrap. He had to show all that. And then before my trainer started wrapping my hands, the trainer or whoever was that of the other corner, they came in there and seen me get my hands wrapped. It is no way that they can put an egg weight inside the gloves or take the horsehair or whatever cushion that was in the gloves out unless the commissioner was in compliance, and or the corner from the other team was in compliance. Everybody had to be on the same page for something like that to happen. This is not like Panama Lewis when he was able to take the gloves out of Resco hands. I believe that was in the 80s. When he was able to take the horsehair out of the gloves because they took the gloves and they had the gloves in the locker room. It's not like that anymore. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? At most of the places I had my fights at, that's what happened. It was commissioner there. It was someone from the other corner seeing me wrap my hands as it was when the other guy got his hands wrapped. So you can say the gloves didn't look right in. He did not take the cushion out of the gloves, and he did not absolutely did not have an egg weight in the gloves. I assure you that he did not have an egg weight in the gloves. Did he hit Deontay Wilder with some illegal shots behind the head and all that? Yes, he did. But guess what? It's called protect yourself at all times. Look, if he hit Deontay Wilder with some illegal punches behind the head, Deontay Wilder should have hit him back. And that forces the referee to warn both guys. So that stops the illegal punches unless you want a point taken away. That's what Deontay Wilder should have did. See, when the going got tough, Deontay Wilder should have got tougher. That's what you do in boxing. Somebody hit you low, you hit them low. My trainer always told me if somebody hit me low in the ring, hit them low in the ring. If they headbutt me in the ring, headbutt them back in the ring. If they do anything illegal, you do something illegal to them. That way the referee comes in there, put a halt to all the garbage, and then the next time somebody do something, is a point taken away. So that takes away a guy trying to do illegal stuff until you in the ring. I didn't see countless of fights, and I'm pretty sure you did. You seen countless of fights of people hitting people low, hitting people behind the head with illegal shots. Deontay Wilder is not the only fighter that ever got hit with illegal punches. And I can tell you, I seen Deontay Wilder hit people behind the head too. I seen Deontay Wilder hit people with, rabbit punches. So everybody gets hit with rabbit punches, man. If you feel like a person is doing it out of spite, then you do it back. You don't make excuses after the fight. See, this is the thing with Deontay Wilder. This is his first and only loss. Deontay Wilder, this is his first and only loss, right? Mostly 99.99% of fighters lose in their career. There's only about a handful of fighters ever, Rocky Marciano, Joe Calzaghe, Floyd Mayweather. There's only a handful of guys that had and it's some other ones that finished their career undefeated. Most fighters are not going to do that. What he should have did was he should have taken his loss. Look, I understand he lost, and it was a bad loss. He got dominated. It was so bad it wasn't even competitive. The fight wasn't even competitive. Let me say that again. The fight wasn't even competitive, and I think Wilder believed in his heart that he was going to stop Tyson Fury this time. I knew he wasn't going to stop Tyson Fury. I thought he was going to stop. I thought he was going to stop Tyson Fury the first time because I didn't think Tyson Fury was Tyson Fury in that first go around, because Tyson Fury, to me, he wasn't ready for that type of fight with Deontay Wilder. And when Tyson Fury first came back, I even said myself that Tyson Fury needed a couple years before he started challenging guys in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? But he did it within a year, and I thought it was too soon. He proved me wrong because he went in there and performed pretty well. Despite Deontay Wilder knocking him down twice, I thought Tyson Fury won the first fight. The second time, because Tyson Fury was able to get 2 more fights in before he fought Wilder, that was smart on his part. Yes, people say, well, he should have fought Deontay Wilder right after. Tyson Fury was a smart guy. He knew that he needed more time before he went in there again and fight Deontay Wilder. So he took that time and fought 2 warm-ups, got more training camps under his belt, got in more condition, and he was ready for the second fight. Wilder went on his campaign after the first fight that I got cheated. The referee wanted me to lose because he was a white referee and all that. So they gave him a black referee in the second fight. But anyways, let's go back to the first fight. Jack Reese counted real slow, even though in boxing we know different referees count at a different pace. They all count at different pace. Period. I've seen all of them have their different ways of counting. So Jack Reese counted the way he counted. Fury got up. Fury was fighting back. And the fight ended. And that's how the fight ended. And I thought Tyson Fury won the fight. So, but Tyson Fury said, look, I need to get better. What did Wilder do? I got cheated, this, that, this, instead of getting better. And he said, it's nothing I have to do. I don't have to get better. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. If Wilder would have seen that first fight, clearly he should have said, "It's some things I have to do either more or less. I got to cut out some of the mistakes I did, and I got to do more of what I was doing that was good." So, but he didn't do that. He didn't go into the second fight with the right frame of mind of, I need to get better. I need to use my jab more. I need to go to the body more. Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do that. Tyson Fury did. And when Tyson Fury said he's going to come to Wilder and try to stop Wilder, he said, I'm going to come to him. And people say, oh, no, don't do that. I knew right then and there that Tyson Fury is going to stop Wilder. And I'm not a Johnny come lately. I got it on my channel before, 3 days before the fight happened, 2 or 3 days before the fight happened. And I said, I got Fury by knockout. People come on my page, my channel saying, oh, how's he going to knock anybody out? He's feather-fisted. Man, anytime a man is 270-something pounds, 6'8", 6'9", with that leverage that he has with them long arms, he can knock anybody out. He may not have concussive power like Wilder or Joshua or Tyson, that guys of that nature, big punchers. He may not have that type of power, but he can knock out any heavyweight. Any heavyweight can knock out any heavyweight. I got news for y'all. Any heavyweight can knock out any heavyweight. These are some big guys, so they can knock each other out with no problem if you catch a guy the right way. Period. That's period. So, and then after the second fight, Deontay Wilder said all the right things in the ring. Hey, I got beat by the better man, this and that, this and that. He did slide some stuff in there and said he was going through stuff in going through things and he don't want to talk about it. I'm like, okay. People do go through things in their life, but inside that ring, Tyson Fury dominated you. What happened? This is what happened. Deontay Wilder talked all that stuff. Tyson Fury talked a lot of stuff. So the fight had a lot of buildup of people, each other camps and each other fans and each of the fighters talking a lot of trash because this is a legacy fight. They knew, both of those guys knew what was on the line. And Wilder said, I'm going to make you a Black History Month question and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was bigging up the Black history and I'm going to do this to you. And he get in there and he get dominated. And it was a shock to his system and it was a shock to his hardcore fans. I like Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder is the most exciting fighter in boxing because he gives you the ultimate thing, and that's a knockout. But I kept seeing Deontay Wilder digress after the first Bermane-Stiverne fight. What I liked about Deontay Wilder in the first Bermane-Stiverne fight is he kept using his jab. He fought behind his jab and fought a beautiful fight. And I was like, man, if Deontay Wilder fight like that, man, if he started doing that, it's going to be a long night for people because now he gets to hide his power behind his jab. And it's going to be hard for people to, to contend with that. But every fight after that, he started using his jab less and less and less and lesser and lesser. And I was like, kept telling people, if he fight Joshua, if he fight Fury, if Fury come back, he going to have a hard time trying to beat them. And he's not using his jab. It's just, especially Fury. Fury is a technician. And once you fight a technician, you better be on your game. I'm talking about a high-level technician. Tyson Fury is an A fighter. He's a high-level technician. Deontay Wilder is not an A fighter. He's an A puncher. He's not an A fighter. He's an A puncher. Because largely he's largely one-handed when he don't use his jab. When he uses his jab, he can become an A fighter in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He's an A puncher, and it takes skill to knock people out. So he found people chins, 40-something times, over 40-something times. He knocked out everybody. He at least knocked down everybody that he fought, and he at least knocked out everybody except for Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury is a technician, and if you don't beat them the first time, you're not going to beat them because now they got the film on you. Tyson Fury and them looked at the film and he found out man, Deontay Wilder cannot fight going backwards. Which I kept telling people that Deontay Wilder can't fight backwards. Oh, don't worry about it. He knocks people out. He don't have to. Okay. When I talk about a fighter, I project. If I see other fighters in the division that can capitalize off his weakness, then I'm projecting not the fights that he may fight versus the guys I know he can beat. I'm projecting the guys who he needs to beat to be great. And those are the guys that are going to give you trouble if you're not on your game. And he wasn't on his game he wasn't on his game because he didn't use his jab. You know what I'm saying? If he'd used his jab, he had a way better chance of beating Tyson Fury. Even then, I still think he loses because, see, Deontay Wilder started late. So Deontay Wilder is a late coming. I'm from England, not a Fury fan at all. But Wilder needs to accept the defeat on the night he was not the better man. Fury dominated from the start. Yeah, Gunnar. Hit the link. You can come on and voice your opinion. I got the link up there. I'll put the link back up in here. You can voice your opinion on it. But Deontay Wilder needs to accept his defeat. Look, I'm gonna ask Deontay Wilder this and ask his hardcore fans this. Do y'all want Deontay Wilder to be known for the guy that got knocked out and complained and had many excuses for the knockout? Do y'all want him to be that guy? Because Deontay Wilder can still come back. He can still come back. I don't think he can ever beat Tyson Fury. As long as Fury's on his game, he can't beat Tyson Fury. That's gone. Tyson Fury got too much data on him. It's too much. It's just too much. And plus, like I said, Tyson Fury is a technician. Once a technician get that much data on you, that's it. You have the first time that he sees you, you have a better chance of beating him. After that, it's going to be a long night. It's just going to be a long night. For one, Tyson Fury been fighting for much longer. So Tyson Fury muscle memory is much more advanced than Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder started fighting at 17, 18, 19, somewhere up in there. That's when he first started fighting, just like Joshua started late. But Joshua got more. He's more refined than Deontay Wilder. He's way more refined. I kept telling people he's way more defined than Deontay Wilder. People just was mesmerized by Deontay Wilder being able to punch. You know what I'm saying? Even back in the day, Mike Tyson can punch, but Mike Tyson had other things to his game. He set up his punches better than Deontay Wilder, his power punches. He used a variety of punches. Deontay Wilder doesn't even hook. Deontay Wilder don't even throw uppercuts. Deontay Wilder, very, very seldom I've seen Deontay Wilder throw an uppercut or throw a hook, throughout the fight. Throw hooks, multiple hooks throughout the fight. Jab off the hook. Deontay Wilder's arms are so long, he can jab off the hook, throw the jab, hook off the jab. You know how Vitaly Klitschko used to do all the time, hook off the jab. He can do things like that, but they say that he don't listen to his trainers. He don't listen to Mark Breland and them. He doesn't listen to the guys because he was knocking everybody out. So it's kind of like Deontay Wilder lived by the sword, died by the sword. You know what I'm saying? He lived with his power, and he's the type of guy that want to, die by his power. And that's exactly what happened. You look, like I said, Deontay Wilder can come back and still have a pretty decent career if Deontay Wilder tactically Fury is dominant. And yeah. And plus Fury beat him, and I thought Fury won the first fight. Fury beat him in both in two different styles. He beat him boxing. Then he beat him coming forward, in a slugging type manner. Roughed him up and leaned on him, and Deontay Wilder made Deontay Wilder. Then Deontay Wilder's legs was gone after the first or second round. His legs was done. And I counted how many times Deontay Wilder hit the canvas. Now Tyson Fury got credited for 2 knockdowns. The one that he hit him, and everybody say that he hit him in the back of the head, and then another one when he hit him with a body shot. But Deontay Wilder was on the canvas 3 other times. I believe he was on the canvas a total of 5 times. So even before Mark Breland threw in the towel, his fighter had already been on the canvas 5 times. And then Deontay Wilder had blood coming out of his ear. Now, it was only a scratch in his ear, but Mark Breland didn't know it was only a scratch in his ear. He thought he was bleeding out his ear. When somebody bleeding from their ear, man, that can be some brain damage going on. You know what I'm saying? That can be a brain bleed, possible brain bleed going on. Mark Breland, he didn't know what was that. He didn't know that was a scratch. You know what I'm saying? So he stopped the fight. To me, it was the right thing to do. I was saying stop the fight a round before that because I seen that he didn't have no legs. He couldn't really protect himself. And without his legs, he was not going to knock Fury out. He couldn't even get up. He couldn't even stand up straight to even deliver a proper punch to keep Fury off of him. Fury was about to knock him out cold because Fury was missing a lot of his power shots that I thought if Fury would have landed, I was counting like 3 or 4 shots. I was like, man, if Fury would have landed that, Wilder would have been out. So, and they say that he fired Mark Breland because he made them sign a contract saying that he want to go out on his shield. What fighter does that? I don't know if it was a contract or not. I'm not going to call the man a liar. But what fighter has his trainer and everybody in his corner sign a form saying, let me go out on my shield? Look, that stuff sounds good when you're in the gym. Hey, yeah, coach, let me go out on my shield. But do you expect your coach to let you go out on your shield, really? You really expect your coach to let you go out on your shield? If that coach really, really have respect and some admiration for you, they will save you from yourself. To me, that's a red flag. That should have been a red flag to Mark Breland and them saying, hey, y'all, hey, look, we're going to have to save this dude from himself one day because he wanted to go out on his shield no matter what. He was in that. The referee was about to start the fight because if Mark Breland would have waited probably another 3 or 4 or 5 seconds or 2 or 3 punches extra would have landed, the referee was on his way stopping the fight anyway. And I bet you if you asked that referee, I think it was Kenny Bayless, one of Kenny Bayless. Kenny Bayless would have said he was on his way stopping that fight. So look, Deontay Wilder, I think Deontay Wilder got a lot out of his talent. Because I remember seeing Deontay Wilder in 2008 Olympics. He was the only one that medaled because Demetrius Andrade was there, Sean Porter was there. I know Gary Russell had got sick, so he didn't perform. He didn't get to perform. Rashid Warren was there. It was a lot of those guys there that was expected to medal, and Deontay Wilder was the only one to medal. He got a bronze medal. So to me, that was a tremendous, tremendous accomplishment by Deontay Wilder for a guy that got in boxing late and he went to the Olympics and won, a bronze medal. That was good. You know what I'm saying? He was the first and only. Since Shakur Stevenson did it a couple years ago, up until that point, he was the only male that brought a medal back from boxing and since Andre Ward, right? So he did really, really, really good. He got into the pros, knocking people out, came up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? Got a world title. I believe he got 10. They say I think he got like 10 title defenses. So Deontay Wilder did tremendous in his career, made a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Made a name for himself. It's just the fact that I thought he should have took the Joshua fight. They thought they was gonna catch Tyson Fury slipping. They thought because Tyson Fury was laid up 400 pounds, which Tyson Fury was laid up 400 pounds. They thought, let's get him now because look. Tyson Fury did have, he was the guy that beat Klitschko. So he was saying he was the lineal champion. I did a video saying that Klitschko was not a lineal champion, but some people told me like, look, it's the public the public gave Klitschko the linealship because of his tenure. So I can understand that. So. They thought they was gonna catch Tyson Fury slipping. Tyson Fury fooled their ass. You know what I'm saying? He fought. I thought he was like 75% of Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? The Tyson Fury that I seen before he was 400 pounds in that first fight with Wilder. And I said after that fight, I said, Wilder, you couldn't beat him this time. You're not gonna beat him the next time because he's up on you now. He's already the better fighter. Now he become with the better game plan. It can be disaster. That's when you get the part 2 fight. That's how you get the dominance in the second fight, because Tyson Fury already was more talented. Now he's more talented, and he got the better ring IQ. He got the better muscle memory. He got the sharper, more in-depth muscle memory because he started boxing so early. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can see it in the ring. You can see the difference between them two, how they throw their punches, how they set their punches up, and things of that nature. So, yeah, and had Tyson Fury faints. Deontay Wilder is not a fainter. He doesn't faint. When the right hand coming, he take a little step back, he hop forward, he throw the right hand. If I know when Deontay Wilder finna throw the right hand, don't y'all think Tyson Fury know? Don't you know he know? That's why he made Deontay Wilder go on his back foot, because Deontay Wilder don't really deliver his right hand no other way. Deontay Wilder needed to learn how to deliver his right hand in a multitude of ways, because if people know that's your strong suit, they're gonna try to take it away any way they can. And that's what Tyson Fury did. He took it away, and then Deontay Wilder was shell shocked because he had nothing else. He was totally surprised because they were convinced that Tyson Fury was not going to walk towards him. And Deontay Wilder really thought Tyson Fury was scared of him. Like, he really thought that man was scared of him. And I knew that was a big no-no. But nevertheless, Bob Arum said Tyson Fury do not want to fight Deontay Wilder in a third fight. Hey, I can't blame him, man. I can't blame him for not wanting to. Look, you drug that man's name through the mud, and that's his way. That's the way that he makes money. And you said this man had an egg weight in his glove. He probably took something out the gloves and he did this and that, and then you threw your trainer, Mark Breland, under the bus and say he spiked your water. Like I said before, if Deontay Wilder got proof of all these, because he said he got proof. So if you got proof, why not call for an investigation? That's what Deontay Wilder should have called. Look, okay, if people gonna say, well, maybe he don't want to do that because he want the third fight, he want to get that money. Okay, well, get the money and shut up. That's my thing. Wilder missed an opportunity with Joshua. He was given an opportunity, chance to rock him. Louise did. Yeah. Deontay Wilder, he let Andy Louise come in and take his legacy fight. That was one of Deontay Wilder's legacy fights. UK versus America. You know what I'm saying? The UK versus America. Come on, man. That fight would have sold. They both was undefeated. They both was knocking people out. Come on, man. They both was cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? Joshua was cleaning up people like Povetkin, Klitschko, Dillian White, Charles Martin. What's the other guy? Joseph Parker. Wilder was cleaning up. People on his side he was cleaning up. So it would have been a great fight. They would have made a lot of money, man. They're heavyweights and undefeated and champions at that. It would have been for undisputed, and messed it up. Just went down the drain. That's it. And that's a shame that fight went down the drain, man. That fight was a no-brainer. It was already sold. That fight was already sold. And it should have happened, man. It should have happened. One of them guys should have been undisputed, man. We should have had an undisputed champion a long time ago. And I said, even then, one thing in boxing, you do not try to marinate a fight, because boxing is boxing. Anything can happen. It's the theater of the unknown. That's what boxing is. And if you think you're gonna try to marinate a fight and say, well, I'm gonna do this first, I'm gonna do, no, it don't work like that. We've seen countless of fights not happen because people wanted to marinate it. I want to marinate, I want to wait. Sometimes it works out. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, even though Manny Pacquiao had got knocked out by Marquez in the fourth fight, so it pushed it back some more. Oh, Marquez lost to Timothy Bradley, pushed back some more. You know what I'm saying? Then he got knocked out by Marquez, pushed back some more. So you can't just wait. You can't even look. Wilder and Joshua still have a chance to fight. They probably still may fight. It'll never had the excitement behind it. But when they was undefeated and doing their thing, you can never recapture that. That would never be recaptured. That was a no-brainer. I don't understand, but Wilder and his heavy fan base had a problem with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is this, Eddie Hearn is that, Eddie Hearn is the slave master and all this stuff. But yet Wilder has an advisor or someone. Is Shelly Finkel? Shelly Finkel is one of his advisors. He's something to Wilder, but then you got him on your side. But you saying that Joshua has a slave master? Come on, man, just stop it. Wilder Rose never beat Joshua. Now Joshua has that awareness. Oh yeah. Joshua after the Anna Louise fight. See, when Joshua lost to Anna Louise, I told people the reason why Joshua was going to come back and beat Anna Louise because Joshua has different ways of he can fight different ways. And I said all he had to do was box. If he boxed Anna Louise, he's gonna beat Anna Louise easy. I said people don't panic. Joshua gonna come back in the second fight. He's gonna outbox Anna Louise. That's what he's gonna do. Oh no, Joshua's done. He's finished. No, he's not finished because in the fight that he fought Louise in the first fight, he gave Louise the opportunity to knock him out because he was trying to knock Louise out. He was overzealous. Now he did knock Anna Louise down hard, but he was overzealous in trying to get the finish, and he kind of caught himself at mid-range. Instead of being all the way in and fighting all the way in on the inside, he kind of caught himself at mid-range, and that's Anna Louise's wheelhouse. And Anna Louise was able to catch him in between the punch because Anna Louise is actually faster than Joshua. So he was able to catch Joshua in between. He punched with Joshua because he was desperate. You know what I'm saying? He had already been on the canvas. You know what I'm saying? He know, look, I've been on the canvas. I'm not finna beat this guy on the cards. So he punched with Joshua and hit Joshua in between the punches. That's the most dangerous moments of fighting is when two fighters throw punches at the same time. But Joshua was able to come back. Look at his fight with Anna Louise. Hey, look, I got to get better. Hey, look, let me do this. Let me box. Because it's some fighters you're just gonna have to capitulate and say, let me do it this way just to get through this fight. And then let me fight. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to the next fight. Yeah, Joshua is more. People say Joshua is cautious. I wouldn't say he's cautious. He's smarter. He's fighting smarter. He's still fighting with power because he just got done stopping. What's the guy name? He just got done stopping this last guy. So he's fighting. He just got better. That loss made him better. A lot of times, losses make you better. Exactly, overzealous. He had a sense of he had a sense of invincibility, like a lot of punchers do. A lot of punchers have a sense of invincibility. But look, I never said Joshua was really just a puncher because Joshua always had more things to his game. Joshua is one of the few heavyweights that actually throw combinations. Joshua is one of the few fighters that throw combinations because there's not a lot of fighters that throw combinations. You know, we still got Pacquiao at 40-something years old throwing combinations. Lomachenko was throwing combinations. Who else throw combinations? It's not a whole lot of fighters that throw combinations. Fighters don't throw combinations no more. I don't understand why fighters don't throw combinations no more. That's another video for another day. But yeah, man, I just wanted to come and, talk about this third fight possibly being off. That's what Bob Arum said. He said that Fury said he don't want to fight Wilder again. I mean, I don't blame him, man. you put this man name through the mud and back. Get out. So, like I said, man, Gruner, thanks for coming through, man. And hey, next time, come on, hit that link, man, and you know, voice your opinion. I don't mind people coming in and voicing their opinion, man. I mean, I talk this boxing stuff all the time, but like I said, if they did have a third fight contracted, a third fight, but see, boxing is different than any other sport. Those contracts, those promoters can get around them contracts, man. They can get around it. What Wilder should have did was he should just got in the okay. Must go just this man, we'll catch up. Okay. Just subbed. Good job. Hey, tell people about the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? I talk about this boxing stuff, man. I'm willing to talk to anybody. I just like, good conversations. But yeah, most times I have about 3 or 4 or 5 people on the panel. I think I can have up to 10 people on the panel. But yeah. Thanks for coming through, man. But yeah, Tyson Fury said no third fight. I guess he said he don't care if he gets stripped because I think it was on Barbershop Conversation. Yeah, it was on Barbershop Conversation. He had a 4-hour interview with Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? He must got a lot of pull with Bob Arum. But he asked Bob, like, what about the WBC? He said, would he get stripped? He said he don't know. The WBC is not gonna strip Tyson. Risho Suleiman been doing some shady stuff, man. Making up his own rules as he go, changing stuff, making diamond belts, making franchise champions. Man, what is that? What's a franchise champion, man? Look, I thought, okay, because he said he made a franchise champion, so the franchise champion don't ever have to fight his mandatories if he don't want to. I thought that was what the super belt was for. Look, man, I know they getting all these belts because they want to get more sanctioning fees. All these belts just watering down champions because everybody is not a champion. A lot of these guys are like in the top 10, and you got one guy that's really the man. You know what I'm saying, of the division. Or we can't figure it out because we have to figure out, oh, this belt. The IBO is going to be the next belt. What's up, Coach K? Zone, what's up? The IBO is going to be the next belt. They're going to make one of the prominent belts. Watch what I tell you. Probably wait until, because I mean, Tyson Fury has already had it. Joshua got it now, I believe. Joshua still got the IBO. But wait, that belt is going to be prominent. Just wait. It's going to be a prominent belt, and that's going to be another belt that we got to deal with. Well, yeah, man. Thanks for coming through, man. I'm going to get out of here, but yeah, that's what Tyson Fury said. He said no third fight. He said he don't care. I guess he said he don't care if he gets stripped or whatever. He's going to fight Joshua. So he gonna fight Joshua. Hey, he got a chance to win 3 titles. I'm out, y'all. Peace.